Hello, guys. We are back with a review today. As it's a weekend, obviously, we are back with a review of a romantic movie this time around, guys. We are doing a review of a movie that is called a Copenhagen love story. It's a movie that is acted in a country that is not really familiar with releasing movies, or maybe we're just not knowing movies that come from there. It seems like it's Denmark, in which the language that they were speaking in the movie is Danish. But lucky enough, they did the translation for so that we can hear in English, which is very nice. I feel like many movies that we may like, some of them they are not even translated, which is really not nice. But this one, nicely, it was translated, which is very good, and it's on Netflix, guys. And it's also a 2025 movie that just got released in February 26, guys. So it's still a February. We all know that it's a month for love, which is good for them to really give us movies that are romantic like this. So, and today I'm not alone, guys. I'm with Andy. As we all know, she will have nice views about the movie. Maybe she may relate to some parts. Let's hear her.
Hi guys, hi. Yes, as Lychee have said, we are back with another Netflix movie. Of course, this movie you can find it on Netflix. It was just recently released in the name of love. We are still in a love month. Of course, the movie it is called Copenhagen Love Story, and honestly the movie it was very nice. It was very nice, the setting of the movie is presents with a love story, as we have said. Of course, it is a girl and a woman. No, not a girl and a woman, it is a girl and a boy. That's what I meant. So we have Mia, who is an author, and she is struggling within her love life. And we have Emil, who is a single father, and I think he is an artist by profession.
Yes, I think he's an artist, guys. He does those sculptures. We saw him even showing paintings to his then girlfriend Mia by the time when they were still starting to date. Even at the end, they did show us that he was showing the exhibition that he was
Yes.
doing, which was very nice sculptures. So yes, that's what he does. And Mia, obviously, as Andy already said, that she's an author, and she also mentioned that Emil is also a father of two, a boy and a girl. And we saw at the beginning. How did you feel about Mia dating young boys? I mean, that was like, what's going on now? You are into young boys.
Yeah. The beginning of the movie was quite something else. Mia was dating as young as teenagers. People were still in high school. That's around 18, 17. I'm not even sure if it's illegal, if it's allowed.
Yeah, I wonder if that was being done by a guy. I'm sure that was gonna be like
Definitely.
rape or something
Definitely.
like that. But once again, we can say rape or something. We see that the African, way back African tradition, they do practice to allow young girls to get married, which, hey, honestly, guys, we don't condone such things. We prefer people dating in their age. That's the right. That's where we see the real love. That's where people challenge each other. As we really see people, two people in love here challenging each other. At first, obviously, as Mia have been a person who's a writer and author, she was sort of narrating this movie by also writing the
Yes.
same movie at the same time. I feel like the writer is sort of, maybe he went through such things or something like that. It seems like it's something that already has happened the way that the movie was narrated, to be honest with you.
Yes, yes. And as we have said, the setting up of the movie, it was Mia struggling to settle down, having commitment issues, going as far as dating the youngest. And then one day, Mia was introduced to Emil by her friend, and, at first, Mia had challenges of dating Emil because she has never dated, a guy who have children, a guy who is in her age group, or even wants or even think of committing. But surprisingly, they get along, they clicked.
Yeah, they did click, guys. But I don't know how you will feel about, maybe if we can say that you as a woman, you are dating a guy, maybe a guy like Msele who have maybe 5 children or whatever children. How would you feel to be part of that scenario? How would you find it? Is it something that you can be like, you know what, I'm part of the family, or you'll have like that thing of that I'm jealous, is putting his children first, things like that? Because we saw that it was happening in this movie, to be honest with you. So I just wonder, Andy, that how would you feel to date someone who's coming with a bag of children?
Yeah, I think right now I wouldn't mind because I also have a child of my own. But if I didn't have a child of my own, then it was gonna be an issue.
If you have a child of your own, how would you feel if maybe he's prioritizing his child over yours? I mean, it happens in relationship that,
Yeah.
like, I feel like that just double the conflict from my point of view. I feel like a person who doesn't have a child should date someone who have a child. I do have a strong feeling to say that it's a good way of starting a family. You are already finding a person who already have children, who knows how to be a parent, whom is just not gonna, who knows how to commit. I mean, if he can commit to his children and raising his children, obviously you know that you're having someone who's more stable.
Nah, I doubt. I doubt if he knows how to commit because he was gonna commit to the mother of his children if he know how to commit, unless his mother of his children either passed or maybe they were married for a really long time and they got divorced. But if it was just a baby mama, like they hook up for a couple of months, I wouldn't judge him as someone who knows how to commit.
Yeah, it depends, guys. I don't know if any of you, maybe you have a different feeling about it. Obviously, you can just comment about that part. But then, honestly speaking, this movie have way too many twists and turns. But the main topic about this movie, or the reason why, or what this movie was circling around, it was the fact that Mia couldn't have children, and she couldn't have children, and it was not her fault. It was something that has to do with both of them, and the way that it was for me, I feel like they really did justice, because we see a lot of people being ridiculed, being told that, being called names. I mean, there are some African names that we can't even say it here, even though we know that we wouldn't be cancelled for saying those names. But they are so insulting that even just to think of insulting a person that you can't have a child, we don't even talk about it. I mean, we can have aunties, we can have grannies that don't have children, but we all know that, like, as communities, we all regard young children that are growing up around that woman to say that that's her children. We always try to make sure that we call her mama, and just to make her feel like she's a woman, and we respect her. So it's really a taboo, that, honestly speaking, for them to address this movie in that part
The
in
issue.
this movie, or the issue in this movie, I feel like it was really nice for me.
Yeah, I do as well. I do, and also because we are Africans, and this is a European movie, right? Or I'm not sure, but they are
Yes.
white. So within them, there are maybe culture dynamics is very different from us because I mean, us we're just starting to be modern, but we were really not as modern. So to have an issue of fertility for us is something taboo, something that we can't even vocally talk about as women, just to say, hey, I have this problem. And I'm thinking as men as well, if they say you have a low count, what sperm, you wouldn't like publicly say it to your friends. You could say, oh, I have a low count sperm. You get.
Yes, for men, it's something that is very, very serious. I don't mean just to give a bit of laugh about that, but for men, it's something that our dignity lies there. So to really belittle someone if maybe he's going through the most when it comes to his manhood or fertility, as India have put it, it's something that really it must be discussed, because a lot of people can end up committing suicide just being because of feeling bad about such issues. And also, just to also the narrating of the story, for the fact that they broke up simply because of this issue, it shows the level of how important this issue is. I mean, it's not like anybody was cheating, even though Mia almost cheated, but then she never got, she just apologized, and then they move on from that. But at the end of the day, the issue of fertility, I feel like it's something that it's being considered something that is way too big, that people take it very serious. And I feel like children come from God. I mean, like, Andy, you always say that children come from God, and we can't really decide that, you know what, I want to have a girl child, I want to have a boy child. I know that there are some scientists that will want to play tricks with us and all those kind of things, but I feel like it's really not necessary. I mean, children really does come from God. And you must just, if you are trying, you must just keep trying, keep seeking medical help to be able to be helped. And it give courage to people who give up in this movie, to be honest with you. So if you really are going through similar struggle, or something is not going well for you, I will suggest that watch the struggle of this couple, as they were having friends around them, that for their friends things are going well. I mean, Mia even have a friend who even decided that her struggle was different. Her struggle was different. She
Yes.
didn't want to have children, and Mia had to be there for someone who didn't want to have children. So this movie, to be honest, it have a lot of knowledge into it.
Yes, definitely. It does, it does. And I would want maybe most of us, especially us black people, to watch the movie, because I feel like as much as it was difficult for her, at least she had a supportive community, like friends that she could be open about that, hey, this is what I'm going through. She had a brother who was married who happens to be gay, and she could be open and say, hey, this is what I'm going through. And within us, black people, even if you are going through it, you will go through it like in silence. No one would know, because you don't want to be judged. You don't want to say it out loudly. So,
And people are so quick to judge you, to say that because there is this narrative, I just want to just pass by it. There is this narrative of saying that now you are married, immediately there must be children.
yes.
I just don't get it, that like you are determining for me. I mean, I may want to still enjoy my honeymoon stage, already want children.
Yes,
And as
yes.
in-laws, they must really be careful to that, because no one have pressurized themselves on to having children. So why are they pressured? If they decided to have 5, 6, 7 children themselves as mothers and parents, please, they must never pressurize us as the young ones, or us as young adults, to say that we must hurry to have children if we are not comfortable with the children at that time, or if we see that we are not financially stable and emotionally ready, because you really need the emotions of being able to be there for each other. If as a guy I'm not willing to stand near my woman and seeing her giving birth, it means that emotionally I'm not ready. And even though I can be blamed that, you know what, you have run away and you didn't come to hospital by my woman, yes, she's right. But if we had that conversation beforehand, I feel like maybe both of us can say, you know what, since both of us are not emotionally ready, let's wait a bit, and then we have children in the right time. So I don't know how you feel about that, and
You have honestly raised an important issue, very important, especially when it comes to the expectations of society or whoever, that now you are married, therefore, they don't even give you 3 months within your marriage. Already 3 months later, they are asking, so when are you going to have babies? And you find many people getting divorced after they had a baby also, simply because maybe that decision never really came within themselves. They were
exactly,
pushed to have this baby. Now the
exactly.
relationship is taking its toll, and then
And
people end up divorced.
and just to also add on that, when was it legalized to say that just because you are married, it's a ticket of having a child?
Exactly.
It's almost like you bought a car, now you need petrol. When did it become like that? You bought a car, now you need petrol. You got married, now you need a child.
I mean, in a way, it is legalized because it's better to have
Because a
children in
family,
marriage than
but a family is what? It's not me and you.
it is
Then the children
the
are
children.
addition.
Yes, when we
When
decide
we decide, and we can still be a family without
without.
children. I mean, some of the richest people still find it maybe to still want to take time to have children. I saw even Mr. Beast have said that, you know what, he's not willing to want to have children right now because he feel like he's not gonna be present because he's always busy. So I mean, we can get busy and make money, and then when we know that now we're gonna be there for our children, then we can be able to have children. Because what happens is that we're gonna have all these children, and then they end up growing either without a father or a mother, or they grow up with both of us being there, but not being there for them. I mean, we
Definitely.
are there in the house, but we don't
But
even talk to them. We come back late. The
we
following day, we come back late, and we just get them workers that are just basically raising your own children in your own house, and you're not even aware that your child is starting to go to school with a knife or anything like that. Because there is this also narrative of saying that, you know what, you are blessed if you have a boy child. Also, that's another taboo that maybe we'll discuss in
in
another
that day.
movie in another day, because this thing of you must have a boy child is also another taboo. So guys, uh it was a good review that we tried to, perhaps maybe we deviated a little bit more, but that's the center of the movie. It will make you cry, guys. It will make you cry, this movie. Go watch the movie. You will not regret it. You can, even if you just google the movie, you will see that 84% of the people who have watched this movie liked it. I'm also gonna put my own like into it, and you guys as well can just give us a like if you really like this movie. So yes, guys, go watch the movie. It's on Netflix, and we'll meet on the next one, guys. Cheers.